On a tour across Iceland, a woman spent hours working with a search party, only to discover she spent all that time looking for herself. Apparently, the bus took a short break near Iceland's Aldja Canyon, during which the woman in question went to freshen up and have a change of clothes. It looks like she changed her appearance quite a bit when she tidied up, seeing as the other passengers didn't even recognize her when she came back. The woman didn't recognize herself in the description of the missing passenger, and joined in on the search of the terrain. Luckily, the situation was resolved before the helicopters were called in. A boy in Pennsylvania taped his bullies in action with hopes of finally getting some justice, but he ended up with charges of illegal wiretapping. The student in question was a disabled boy diagnosed with ADHD and anxiety disorder, and he claims to have been a target for ruthless bullying for a very long time. Tired of his tormentors getting away with it unpunished, he provided the principal with filmed evidence. The school called the police, but the story ended up going in a complete opposite direction when the police proceeded to charge the boy with felony wiretapping. The Nomen Global Language Center in Utah fired an employee for blogging about homophones. Tim Torkildsen, a social media strategist for the aforementioned school, has been fired for posting an explanation of homophones on the school's website. He was removed from the position for fear of giving the school an image of an institution promoting homophobia. A homophone is a term from linguistics, which refers to a word that sounds the same as another but has a different meaning. The term has been confused with the term homophobe, which is what brought Torkildsen into a whole lot of undeserved trouble. A zoo in Japan has spent 4 years trying to help their hyenas reproduce, only to eventually figure out that both of the hyenas were, in fact, male. The zoo had been given a pair of hyenas from a South Korean zoo a few years back, as part of an organized exchange. They were told they were given an opposite-sex pair. The mistake was easy to make, the zoo claims, as sex organs of the animals looked very similar. Megan Rothbauer suffered from cardiac arrest, but ironically, her physical recovery ended up being a much easier one to make than the financial one. The woman was in a coma while she was being taken to a hospital by the ambulance. The ambulance took her to the nearest hospital, but it turned out the hospital in question wasn't covered by her insurance. Ms. Rothbauer is now left facing bankruptcy as a result of the whole ordeal that wasn't even her own fault. An entire class of graduates has been denied diplomas in a Chicago suburb after tossing their graduation caps in the air at the ending of the ceremony. According to the superintendent, the students were informed that throwing the caps into the air is forbidden, and they were warned several times beforehand. He states that they willingly disobeyed the rules and they should learn one last lesson. A Scottish woman in her late 30s sought medical attention after contracting sepsis, only to discover that a sex toy had been lodged into her vagina for the past 10 years. A 5-inch object was found in her vagina, putting pressure on her bladder. The woman recalled she had used a sex toy with her partner about 10 years prior to the incident, and she said it was possible that she forgot to remove it. A UPS worker in Phoenix stole a $160,000 diamond and, unaware of its value, traded it in for a bag of marijuana. 20-year-old Walter Earl Morrison stole a package at Sky Harbor Airport, hoping to find some cash. He was quite disappointed when he found what he obviously considered a worthless rock and traded it in for $20 worth of marijuana. He was later found and arrested. 7 people died in Cambodia in the attempt of retrieving 3,000 riel, which is approximately 75 cents in US dollars. An 11-year-old boy was followed by 6 other people down a 5-meter well in order to get back the money his father had accidentally dropped. The sister of the deceased said that the boy thought the amount of money was important for the family as they were very poor. 90-year-old homeless advocate Arnold Abbott has been criminally charged alongside 2 ministers for feeding the homeless. A new ordinance has been issued in Fort Lauderdale which outlaws groups from feeding the homeless in public. The 3 men face possible jail time and a $500 fine.